This presentation will introduce the service setup of the Accord project demonstration cases dealing with whole-life carbon assessment in Finland and in Estonia. The demonstration projects in Vantaa and in Tallinn are introduced in the presentations of the Finnish and Estonian use cases number 1, 2, and 4. The same digital models of the buildings were used here but had to be updated to contain more accurate information about the materials and their quantities. The carbon checking regulations are in both countries in the early stage of development. Finnish decree on climate declaration of buildings was already published and will be implemented in 2026. The corresponding regulation is still under the development in Estonia, and therefore some of the elements of the Estonian demonstration follow the rules from Finland. This figure shows the service setup of both use cases. The central part of the compliance checking is the rule checker, a simple script that interprets only one request, to check if the whole life carbon footprint of the building is lower than the limit. This carbon footprint is calculated automatically by the Accord proof of concept tool, which is explained in detail in the video from the previous webinar. The tool evaluates IDS specification that was pre-generated for this use case, but is able to provide results even for the models that do not comply with this specification. Unfortunately, the Finnish regulation used for both use cases has changed during the implementation of this service setup and requires the carbon checking to be provided at the building approval stage instead of the originally planned building permit stage. It means that the processed information has to be more accurate, many times provided manually by life cycle experts, and the demonstrated automatic checking setup might not be the best solution for this new requirement. For this reason, we didn't conduct interviews with the relevant stakeholders that will be using this service, but we summarized the general feedback from several events where the Accord tool concept was presented. For the authorities, the implementation of CO2 verification would be a completely new process and cannot be compared to the standard practice. But if the authorities are required to verify the submitted carbon levels of the buildings, the automatic process can be cheaper and faster than the complete recalculation of the environmental impacts. The service can also affect the current design practices. For instance, the LCA calculation may be completely automated in simple projects at the cost of higher quality requirements for the architectural model. The additional effort to create such model can be reduced if the classification system of products and materials is implemented in the design, and if the architects can have access to the library of examples with qualified building information models. This use case was developed within the Horizon Europe Project Accord, and with the collaboration of many partners involved in this project. Thank you for your attention and stay tuned for the further updates from our project in our LinkedIn and YouTube channels.